Alright, welcome back, Skies of Arcadia Legends. Last time we defeated, arguably one of the most interesting value in admirals, let's say that. Which is certainly saying something, in case you have forgotten my episode 3 thumbnail. This episode, we're gonna go continue, we're gonna go see the king and see what we can do about getting into Rixus. So, you are the people that have come from the eastern skies. The High Priest informed me of your arrival. They also told me that you drove off the fire-breathing ship that was destroying our land. I thank you on behalf of my people, the Forests, and Ketya. It was nothing, really. We were just doing what we thought was the right thing to do. I was driven from my land and forced to live in this hut. I am sorry, but I am not in the position to compensate you for your bravery. However, I will do anything that is within my power as king to reward you. Is there anything I can do for you? I'll be right back. Actually, Your Majesty, we did have something to ask of you. We are looking for the green moon crystal. The green moon crystal. Perhaps you speak of the legendary sacred green stone. The men from Valua came looking for the same thing, but I don't know where it is. However, if the stone did exist, it would probably be located in the lost city of Rixus. Lost City? Rixus, I believe that's the name of the capital of the Ixataka in the Old World. You are correct, and it is said that the buildings, even the streets, were made of pure gold. Gold? Let's go, let's find Rixus right now! Calm down, Aka. You're embarrassing me. Sir, do you know where Rixus is located? I'm afraid not. It has been hidden for generations. Our people call it the City of Mists. It may not even exist anymore. One of my high priests knows a great deal about the old world. His name is Isapa. If anyone would know, it would be him. Sorry, my acid reflux is being vicious this morning. I see. Would it be alright for us to meet Isapa? Isapa is not here. The Valuans took him to the sacred mountain. In a mountain is a mine that contains what you call moonstones. So the Valuans kidnapped one of your high priests and he's being held prisoner in Moonstone Mountain. Vice, what should we do? The right thing. Let's break into the Moonstone mines. We could try to save Isapa. It appears to be our only option. Breaking into a Valuan stronghold isn't going to be easy. You're willing to risk your lives to save Isapa. Our sacred mountain is south of the Horteka village. Be careful. Leave it to us. Onward to Moonstone Mountain. Okay, and in case your ears aren't... Yep, there is a cham here. Okay, come on. It's never quite, like... It's not going to automatically be the instant he starts flipping out, but I'm going to be far behind either. Alright, and I meant to actually do something back at Horteca, but I forgot because there's just so much to do when you first enter there. So we're going to double back. But not before getting into a fight, it seems. Alright. When the Elder actually gave us our blessing, these shops did become available to us. So, our shop manager, he's not going to be thrilled about it, but he's going to be more receptive to the Elder says I must help you. So even though I do not like it, I will sell to you. Alright. Now... Miner's overalls. Let's get one of these and hand them to Dracula. Fiber robe. Golden armor. Ketya feather. Alright, so I'm going to see if I can't. There it is. There's our ship I've been looking for. This was what I was talking about earlier that I've been spending so much time trying to find. People eat berries and seeds. We really like to eat sky sardines, but they are harder to catch than berries and seeds. Can you please bring me 10 sky sardines? If you want sky sardines, I have 10 right here. If you can have them if you want. Yum, I love fish. I'd eat them every day, but they're too hard to catch. Thank you, I am very grateful. Take this as a symbol of my appreciation. An abric cham. Okay, so this was the thing I was trying to hold on to the sky sardines for. This is an abric cham. It is, I think it's more or less worth like the effective. It says he will evolve into its next form. It depends on how many chams it requires, but I think it's actually worth about 10 of them, to be precise. This isn't quite 100% accurate, but it's not far off. Alright, so this is the Sacred Mountain or Moonstone Mountain that they've been referring to. You gotta see it off in the distance. Alright. And, well, this is arguably... I'm just going to go ahead and get you guys ready. This is arguably the worst dungeon in the game. Like, no contest. It's horrible. It's a little more bearable if you know how to navigate it, but it is still, it's not fun. Alright. Uh-oh, I think we just stepped on some kind of switch. Well, it doesn't look like anything happened. It was probably nothing. Well, DeLoco, I've heard that air pirates have crossed the South Ocean, and that they're on their way here. Yes, I ran into the North Porteca. They, narrowly escaped my flame cannon. Yes, well, fighting air pirates is a bit more difficult than burning down trees, but I guess you already knew that. Vice was responsible for my demotion, and I will make sure he suffers and I will prove that I am Valua's greatest admiral. You have fun with that. Soon, Galcian will be taking orders from me. I simply don't understand why someone as noble as myself is forced to take out orders from anyone other than Empress Theodora herself. Probably because of that narcissism, if I'd wager a guess. Well, DeLoco, I must be going. I have to exterminate some pests. And so I've been noting that I'm going to be starting the egregious miscalculations of Galcian, but this is really Theodora's mistake. As Galcian pointed out, Valua wouldn't even be going through half these problems if they didn't suffer from a sense of nepotism. Because Alfonso's only an admiral because of his royal bloodline. Idiot! Perhaps you should have stared in the mirror a bit longer this morning. I think you have a hair out of place. As for you, Vice, you damaged my precious chameleon. You will pay for that. Oh, yes, you will pay. The next time we meet will be the last. Someone just set off the alarm. I wonder who it could be. Vice, how nice of you to drop by. You saved the trouble of finding you. Yes, I know that you are searching for the moon crystals as well. You must be trying to rescue Isapa. Good. You see, Vice, these mines are full of traps. Too bad for you. You can't escape, Vice. You will never leave these mines alive. The exit just closed by itself. I don't know about you guys, but I've got a bad feeling about this place. Alright, and they want you to know this place is messed up right off the bat, because it's the same music as in the Valuan catacombs. Alright, and right off the bat, don't even get too terribly far into the dungeon, we get a Cham. Alright. So this is the Lukik. This is very similar to that one poison enemy in the back in the Valuan catacombs, and in fact, a lot of the enemies here are going to be similar by nature. This does mean they will likely have the poison explode. We want to hang a left here. Do not worry about that room to the right. We will actually inevitably run into that one. Alright, so, in case the details weren't obvious, there are traps here. Go across this X. Simple enough. I'm going to hang a left here. Alright, nothing too unique thus far, so I'm going to hold off on it. Alright. Same basic thing, go across the X's. Don't touch the O's. Alright, this one's going to be a little trickier, because if you notice, there are all 3 O's. This is one of the few places outside of, you can kind of see it, but this is one of the few places outside of, treasure hunts where your first-person view is manageable. If you see directly below you, what appears to be on the right and center are 2 tracks, and on the left one is apparently missing. So you want to take the left path. However, there is also a cham and I never sold that Rune of Ill Omen. Alright. And these guys are diggers, and despite their very non-magical looking appearance, believe it or not, I do believe they actually are capable of casting spells. And I meant to cast Delta Shield, but, well, it kind of worked. At least these things are notably slow, and I think they actually are usually slower than Drachma. I stand corrected. I believe they can call allies, too. I will heal everyone with a Sacrum. That move is highly useful. That is the thing I mostly need Aka and Fina particularly to have. Alright. Insubordinate treasure chests, I guess. How dare they have stuff in them? We better lock that up and teach them what's coming to them. I believe this place has about 13 chests in them, and for whatever reason, like, more than half of them are treated like they're active prisoners. I feel like this is a waste of perfectly good prison cells. I'm not here to argue the ethics of prison management, but I'm just saying, I feel like they could do better. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I want to at least get a few of these. Actually, I'm going to use that black map I got. That's the great thing about being able to change items mid-battle. Yeah, 3 loopers, not bad. Not bad, little haul right there. So I'm trying to prevent... Okay, so you can see, you kind of... Look, if I'm not mistaken, you go across this X, nothing will happen. The idea is you're meant to go down that ladder. And in fact, I will, just to make sure ain't nothing there. Because admittedly, in my last playthrough, I missed a cham, and there's actually a strong possibility it was here. Not here. Okay. So you can kind of see, if you look across, you look up, you'll drop down there. You actually want to drop down over to those 3 right now, but for the time being, you actually want to knock this guy out first. So. Save you some ladder time. Alright. Go down here. Alright, then we want to get this chest. The Loco Mail. What's funny is he's nuts, but he's also arguably the most important of the Valuan admirals. Alright. And this is what I'll talk about. Like, you go down the wrong area, you're going to be sent down these train tracks. And this is what makes this dungeon just so miserable. Is even if you do everything right, you're going to have to do this at least a few times over, making this dungeon needlessly longer than it needs to be. It's miserable. No one likes backtracking, and well, backtracking for completion's sake, I'm sure there is a more streamlined way. Probably there are speedrunners who probably figured out how to optimize this chaotic mess of a dungeon. If you talk to that Ixatakan working there, he would kind of tell you, hey, I don't recognize you, just be careful, there are traps everywhere. Yeah, thanks. We already just found out. The hard way. Alright. I'm surprised I haven't ran into the enemy in question yet. There's one... It's not like a super rare encounter. It's actually a pretty common encounter, especially in these... It's particularly in these dark pathways. Still plenty of time to run into it. I don't know if it's only relocated to the first half of the dungeon or not. Alright. And remember this path off to the side. It's not useful now, but it can become very helpful later on down the line. Actually, we'll need it at some point. Actually, what is our spell at? Spell. Okay, not quite there yet. Alright, now we're going to go the right way, and that's down this right path right here. You'll fall down this, and then the center. And then just go straight back. Alright, and these are mine patrols. They're kind of similar to your general Valuan soldier archetype. I mean, nothing too crazy, but... Alright. Oh, that's a weird-looking treasure chest. You don't look like you're a Valuan. Who might you be? I'm Vice. Are you Isapa? No, it appears you've mistaken me for someone else. My name is Sintime. Then you're Hans's father. You know Hans? Then you must have been to the village in Horteca. That's where my wife and children are. Everyone was okay, right? Yeah, they were doing just fine. But you should worry about yourself right now. Oh, I'm okay. When I refused to help Valua, they threw me into these dungeons. I've been here for quite a while. You were looking for someone named Isapa, correct? If so, then you'll need to venture further into these mines. I think I can help. He's kind of very technologically gifted. There are elevators scattered throughout the mines. You'll need to use them to reach other areas. I can get them working. Wow, Sentai, you're amazing! Why, thank you. I must advise you, proceed with cautions. There are all sorts of traps. I will travel ahead and see if I can disarm them for you. Thank you. You've been a great help to us already. That's the least I can do for you. You rescued me, remember? I'm sure we'll meet again. Good luck. Alright. You want to go down this elevator. There's a number of ways you could approach the situation. However, with the wealth of Sacri crystals at our disposal... Zale Seed, alright. This one, I believe, is responsible for your vigor, as it's called. Alright. And what I'm going to do is something actually, objectively, kind of unwise. Where am I? I have a number of ways I can approach this, but I think I'm just going to purely backtrack. It's probably about the same distance. I'll probably end up actually just cutting this bit out. Alright, so now we're back at this this first trap room area. I'm remembering, right? Yes. So we're kind of back at this first room. We take this elevator. Well, actually, I might leave all this in just so you guys know how to get there. And a rising crystal, not bad. Go to this treasure chest to get a moonberry. How many do I have right now? 2. I swore there was one here. Maybe I'm remembering the wrong location. No, and I think there is a moonfish in this place. I'm actually going to cut and come back to this. Alright, and we're back where we picked up Sentai, but not before a random encounter. And in the process, I seem to have picked up Pyrulin. None of that's going to help much, but what I might do I have a Pyre box? No, I do not. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so now we're going to go into this one, if I haven't already. I believe I did. Alright. I'm going to go down this path. While I'm thinking about it, I never got the chance to equip it, and, well, it doesn't hurt to equip the Captain Stripe. We want to go down this route here. Got a 3-inch blaster, which isn't actually going to be much use to us, but hey, it's something. Nothing in here. I'm surprised. You have a prison cell and you refuse to put a treasure chest in it. I don't understand. Sentences that only make sense in context. Okay, here's the thing I'm looking for. There's the Deloco drill, which is a surprisingly good weapon for Drachma, as it is one of the few weapons that has a chance of dealing instant death. So as long as it's not like a boss enemy or something like that, you're good. Alright, now we're going to go back up. Fun dungeon, right? Yeah, no, like I said, this is like... Ixataka has some of the best ambiance, just not the best level design, if you ask me personally. Alright, we're back here. And instead of going to that trapdoor like we did the first time, we're going to go over here and we're going to run into another elevator. You know, as much as I'd like to dog on this dungeon, I can at least acknowledge one thing. It's not Chapter 4 in Paper Mario the Thousand-Year Door. I've heard people defend that, like, saying, like, oh, Shy Guy's Toy Box and, Chapter 5 and Chapter 2 had, backtracking for 1. No one liked Chapter 2 in that game. So, that's not a valid argument from that perspective. 2, Chapter 5 did none of those other chapters put a considerable portion of that backtracking with you on your lonesome dealing with some of the toughest enemy pools in the game that no less deal one of the most brutal statuses. The only silver lining is that Amazing Daisy will usually run as opposed to attack, and it can be pretty vulnerable to sleep, but you have things that charge, have high defense in the case of the clefts, and will likely deal sleep status. True, you could say, yeah, they definitely did fix it in the remake, but there's no avoiding the fact that, yeah, you still have to deal with the worst part of the backtracking even there. Oh, and here's Mr. Most Sane character in the game. Good, good. Soon, Vice, very soon you shall die. And when you die, I want you to die slowly. Yes, slowly, real slowly. I want your brains to gush out of your head. Pardon me, Loco. I didn't mean to interrupt one of your intellectual monologues. I came to tell you that Vice has broken into the mines. And you figured this out all by yourself. What gave it away? Was it the alarm? Maybe it was the sirens. Yes, well, the fact he is foolish enough to deliver himself to me. The fact is, he was foolish enough to deliver himself to me. I shall go dispose of him. Sorry, I'm breaking character a little bit, but it's just fun to make fun of that line, the way he says it. You are a fool, Alfonso. The only reason you were made admiral is because of your family. You don't stand a chance against Vice. He brings up a valid point, as psychotic as he is. I shall kill him. I want him to die. Die, die, die! Soon. Very soon. I think his parents were knowing what they were doing when they named him the Crazy. Alright, and an obligatory fight against 4 guards. You've seen that 4 mine patrols, my bad. You've seen this fight enough times. Alright. So we got 4 different cells here. We want to explore all of them. Glyph of Speed, very helpful. Kind of saw that earlier when I fought against Barda and Rupee. And Glyph of Might, same thing. 4 of those can be very helpful. And 2 healing salves. Alright, here. Oh man! The Voluans messed up twice! That is the 3rd cell they didn't put a treasure chest in. Instead they just went and put like a prisoner in. How unreasonable of them. And who might you be? Are you the High Priest Isapa? The one and only. I am Isapa. We are on a mission from King Ixataka. We're here to rescue you. Well, the king knows what I like, sending 2 beautiful women to come and save me. I have no use for your men. Now, if you'll just leave us alone for a while... Okay, we got stuck with Jiraiya, I guess. Oh, really? There's no way that this dirty old man is a high priest. But I'm not going to comment on that. Oh, Aren't you a pretty one? In all of my years, I've never seen anyone like you. I believe that you are a Sylvite, am I right? Okay, that's a bit odd. He didn't call her Ketya. What? How did you know? Instinct, my dear. Instinct. I am very observant, especially around women. I could probably guess that goofy girl's measurement. I'm half inclined not to keep voice acting this scene. Okay, that does it. I know we have to bring him back, but the king didn't say anything about bringing him back conscious. You're right, he definitely didn't. Relax, Aka. Right now we just have to worry about getting out of here alive. Let's go. I don't know. I think Aka has a point there. So, you've rescued Isapa. Very nice. But soon you will die. You will die a horrible death, and you will scream, and I will laugh. Man, this guy's got some Fawful vibes going on. But surprisingly, if I were to put Fawful in a death battle with anyone from Skies of Arcadia Legends, it actually wouldn't be him. I'll go into it later who I think he's best paired against. It's going to be an odd one, but it'll make sense once I explain it. So if Ben and Chad ever happen to stumble into this video, here's an idea for you. I prepared my favorite room just for you. Please come in and stay a while. Stay forever. This man seems to like his job. Maybe just a bit too much. You guys think? Just a little bit. Alright. And another elevator. Because we have to spend even more time in this hellhole. Alright. Let's go through this thing that looks suspiciously like the door on Alfonso's ship. I don't get it. Why would the Valuans build such a huge room in these mines and not use it for anything? I would say look at the floor and suggest that, yeah, I don't plan on sticking around long enough to find out. So you've made it this far. I am impressed, but now you shall die. You will pay for what you did to my precious chameleon. Oh, yes, you will. I love it! All of the slaves who have tried to run have died in this room. Vice, I want to hear you scream. Now I shall have my revenge. Let's start the show, shall we? Now what? Long time no see, Vice. It is I, Alfonso. I came here to watch you die. What are you doing? Alfonso, you fool! If you're in there, I won't be able to crush them! Someone of my stature doesn't deal with filth like yourselves personally. Antonio the Second! Finish them! Because, you know, if at first you don't succeed, do the exact same thing and expect different results. Thankfully, they have custom-tailored Antonio's younger brother for to our level. Alright, thankfully, I don't think these things are known for casting spells, so I'm just going to go for it. Use a Glyph of Speed with Aka. And I will employ a Glyph of Might on Fina just to have some survivability here. Almost got the setup portion of this fight complete. About halfway into this boss's HP. Now we're going to use Lunar Blessing to keep a passive heal. And that should get us set up pretty good for dealing with Antonio. Kind of funny that I am only now finished with setup as we're into the winning portion of the fight music. And a good tackle should probably finish this guy off. Yeah, we were never in any immediate danger from this thing. And another moonberry. What are you doing? Not this way! Yep, serves you right, you asshat. I hate that I agree with this nut job effectively. Serves you right, Alfonso. You got what you deserved. Oh well, I guess I'll have to skewer all of you. What? What's going on? My traps have never failed me before. Crush them, crush them, crush them! Oh god, I'll be glad when I don't have to voice act this dude anymore. Admiral DeLoco. Someone has tampered with all of the machines in the mines. They are all malfunctioning. What? Why? How can this be? I don't understand. Vice, why don't you just die? Yep. Sir, snap out of it. Please get a hold of yourself. Why do these things always happen to me? Because you're a narcissistic ass. That's probably why. Hey, look! It's a sin time! You made it out of the mines unharmed, I see. I made a few adjustments to some of the machinery in the mines. Did it help? So that's what that was. Yes, yes. Well, let's be on our way. Ah, yes, I managed to open the door to the outside as well. I must hurry back to see my family. They must be terribly worried about me. You really know your stuff. And he cares very much about his family as well. You're a good man, Sintime. We're glad we could help you. Thank you very much. Well, I must get going. Stop by and see me in Horteco when you get a chance. Alright. Well, that wraps up Moonstone Mountain. I think this is a good cutoff point for this episode. Since we finally finished liberating that, next time we'll go and see the king and see what we need to do next with Aesop and see what we need to do about finding Rixus. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.